like shopping? I know that's a silly question. I'm in a group full of women. Of course we love shopping. How many of us cook Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners? And how many of us forget that one thing right before, the day before? It's like a little vanilla for a cupcake. Maybe we didn't get enough potatoes for the mashed potatoes. So stressful, right? I recently purchased a home, and unfortunately, due to our financial situation, it wasn't a home that was move-in ready. We had to get the kitchen completely, and lots of our savings went into it. Being full-time students, as many of you know, is very challenging for people financially. We had to buy all new appliances, which was a burden for us because appliances are expensive. It's like when you first move out of your parents' house and start buying groceries and toiletries, and you're like, wow, toilet paper is how much? Toothpaste? Maybe I can go a few days without it. Just kidding. I always buy toothpaste. Has anyone been in that situation? You don't really know how much things cost until it's your turn to purchase it, and it's coming out of your wallet. My history teacher once said that the most sensitive nerve is the one coming from the wallet to the heart. Anyway, back to the story of my husband and I. Due to purchasing kitchen cabinets, we were limited on funds, if you know what I mean. We're going to have our family over for Thanksgiving, and being Mexican, we first have an abnormally big family. Second, we include our extended family as our family of origin. And third, we all cram into places like sardines, cars, hotels, houses. We like sticking together, so all 18 family members can come over for a week to stay with us during Thanksgiving break, since we live just 20 minutes from the famous Disney World. Since installing these cabinets, the numbers did not add up for us to be able to purchase these appliances. All we had was a fridge that barely stayed cold in this Florida heat. We found out that we will most likely not have the appliances ready. I felt like a failure. My family was coming for Thanksgiving, and we had no place to cook Thanksgiving meal. My husband then said, well, maybe we could afford new appliances if you got a really good deal on them. Bing, the light bulb went off. Sometimes Black Friday sales come early, and maybe we can just do a Thanksgiving on Friday. Spend Thanksgiving Day in Disney. So I started talking to my husband on our drive home about maybe looking at up Black Friday sales for our appliances. One thing led to another, and some of you married people know this happens. All of a sudden, a perfectly normal conversation turns into an argument. However, this time the conversation went from, hey, let's buy some appliances on Black Friday, to you have no idea how hard it is for people that work on holidays. Insert my husband yelling here. First, let me talk about social media and the trends it creates. One day we hear a news article on an attack on Paris, and everyone changes their profile photo to a French flag. But wait, did anyone think of the other countries that were affected by terrorist attacks? Did anyone see a profile photo or people talking about suicide bombings in Bornu and Baghdad? They all happen around the same time. I'm sure some of you didn't know that because all we do is read Facebook or Fox News, instead of checking and frequently looking at BBC News or CNN. The reality is we're all followers. We only care when other people care. We only want to make a difference in the world when it's convenient or when it's easy. We like to make a fuss about nothing and fight and post things about that we have no idea about. We think it makes us better people. Reality check, it doesn't. So with that being said, every year for the past 3 years, I have noticed a big trend in people posting things like an African baby eating garbage next to holiday shoppers here in North America or other first world countries. The caption usually says, check your priorities, or something like, don't give in to retail madness, things like that. Basically, it's propaganda to stop Black Friday and get stores to close on Thanksgiving, and trying to persuade people to see these deals as something that's taking you and your time away from your family. So why don't we all just stop Black Friday shopping? Why don't we all just shut down the entire world for Thanksgiving, right? No, I don't think so. First off, I'd like to explain that being a dual citizenship holder in this country comes with both pride in my country of origin, which is the beautiful USA, and also pride in my Mexican roots. With that being said, America is a big melting pot. We have plenty of people from around the world living here, and some celebrating American holidays like Thanksgiving, and others that don't. like our Jewish brothers and sisters that celebrate Hanukkah, and our African brothers and sisters who celebrate Kwanzaa during Thanksgiving. The reality is, not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving or Christmas. And that's okay. We're all entitled to celebrate what we wish. After all, we are in a free country. Some of those who celebrate different holidays have different days that are represented as sacred or important to them. Like us as Mormons, we choose not to shop on Sunday. That is our belief, and most of us follow through with that. Could you imagine if the majority of the people were Jewish and decided to have their day of rest on Saturday, and that made a big deal enough that the government caught attention and decided to close all stores on Saturday? Well, there goes our weekend. We'll have one day less to run our errands, since most of us work Monday through Friday. That would leave us with stores closed on Saturday and not being able to shop on Sunday. Well, my husband argued, why can't they just shop the day before Thanksgiving for necessities if they know stores will be closed on Thanksgiving? Growing up with a single mother working 2 jobs and 14-hour days, I know that being prepared isn't always what happens. It's nice for him to say because he grew up in a well-organized 2-parent household that everything just went right for the most part. It's not the same for the rest of the families in America. Some of them still go on about their days normally on Thanksgiving Day and other major holidays. Closing stores for them would be a major burden. What if someone needed to go buy diapers? Oh, sorry, Walmart's closed on Thanksgiving. You'll have to go without diapers for your baby. I would also like to point out that Black Friday and Thanksgiving week is a major time for retail stores, ranging in billions of dollars in revenue, as noted in USA Today. With so much traffic both on Cyber Monday and Black Friday, we start seeing more job openings for seasonal and temporal positions. You probably are like, yeah, that is crazy. Who wants to take a job on retail during those crazy holidays? Well, let's see. 8% of unemployed Americans in California, or even the national average of 6% of unemployed Americans. You're probably thinking 6%, that's nothing. Well, let's do the math. We have a population of about 320 million. That is not counting undocumented immigrants, residents with work permits, and so on. So let's just go with the national average. That comes out to about 19,200,000 Americans unemployed, just that 6%. But if you check out the Unemployment Rate Bureau of Labor Statistics data, you see each month, from October to the beginning of January, national average for unemployment rate drops. All thanks to, you guessed it, Black Friday holiday shopping. So last year, I got terribly sick because of the drastic change in climate, going from Florida to Idaho on Thanksgiving. I was so sick, I had a high fever of 104, and it kept rising and could not be lowered. I was ultimately taken to the ER on Thanksgiving Day. After I got out of the hospital, I wanted to go straight home back to Florida. Within a few hours, we got on the next flight out. It was so amazing to be able to visit a doctor, buy medicine at the pharmacy, and have flexibility at the airports, and to fly home on Thanksgiving Day, night, and Black Friday. Most people argue don't shop on major holidays. People need to be home with their families. Well, what about the families who have pilots as fathers, a doctor as a mother, a cashier clerk in the pharmacy as a brother or sister? Do those people get to have holidays off as well? Working in the airline industry, the ability to completely shut down operations for major holidays is not only impossible, but completely unrealistic. People are traveling constantly to reunite with their loved ones, not just for holidays. Constantly managing air traffic control, cleaning planes and operators on the line and on the phone, arranging and fixing missing bags, tickets, or managing fraudulent activity, it would be impossible to shut it all down. When I was younger, before I came to college, I worked as a hairstylist. Working in the beauty industry automatically has you working on major holidays and weekends. People want to make a big fuss about not shopping on Thanksgiving, but they all come in to get their hair and nails done to impress family. As I mentioned to my husband, I am grateful that I worked on big holidays. It wasn't fun missing events, no, but I am close enough to my family that we spend more than 2 days out of the year together. We gather for holidays, baptism, births, and birthdays. I don't need the retail world to tell me when I should and should not share a meal with my family. I'm constantly giving thanks and being grateful every day. I don't need Thanksgiving Day to express my love, affection, and appreciation to my loved ones. I do it as often as I should. I'm also grateful that during these big holidays, I get paid double pay, meaning I get a holiday pay and my regular wage, which comes out to a big hefty check that I usually need. I didn't have to work this holiday, Thanksgiving, because there were tons of people asking to cover my shift. They needed the extra money. I know some women whose husbands lost their jobs for a reason or another, and these are best days to work for the extra money. Helps them make ends meet. We employ more people during these big holiday events, and we have access to hospitals, grocery stores, and retail stores during Thanksgiving and other major holidays. I'm grateful for that. So, to end my story, we did end up buying new appliances, all of them at an extremely discounted rate due to Black Friday sales. We were able to have them in and ready for Thanksgiving. It was a Thanksgiving miracle. We could not have afforded it had it not been for those great deals. The problem we're facing here in America is that problems are only solved if they go viral. Social media, sometimes they're not even significant problems. We're over here opposed to shopping on Thanksgiving and reposting, retweeting, reblogging all of this nonsense. What we really should be doing is make a difference. We have so many problems in the world with terrorism, poverty, and economic decline, and we are worried about who is buying what on Black Friday, on holidays. Yes, America does need to have its priorities straight. I would also like to note that my husband also decided to go buy himself an Xbox One on a Black Friday deal. Ironic, isn't it? To make a big fuss over not shopping on holidays. The reality is, sharing on social media, the reason you don't shop on Thanksgiving isn't going to change the minds of those who don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Not shopping on Black Friday isn't going to feed that African boy who is hungry. And by having certain stores closed on major holidays really does more harm than good. If we want to make a difference in the world, start by being kind to your neighbor. Invite those that may not celebrate Thanksgiving to your home. Share your beliefs and traditions with them. Some people are new to this country and want to be immersed in the culture. They just don't know how. Don't make others feel bad for their choices of shopping on major holidays. Don't share things on social media without actually getting facts and sources. Check them, make sure they are correct, make sure you're on the right side of the fight, and make sure you're fighting for something that will actually make a difference, not just simply close doors and prevent lower incomes families from getting good deals at retail stores. So this is me trying to open up your eyes to what the media hides. Go out and do something good. Use the resources that this wonderful country has to offer. And yes, that does include 24-hour Walmarts, Black Friday shopping, and spending money on holiday seasons. It's not a bad thing to want to buy stuff for your kids and continue a tradition of Santa Claus or gift giving. Teach them that gifts are to be given. Teach them what's important. Not the gifts, not the shopping, not getting a paid day off of work, but spending time with your family is something that should be done often, not just once a year. That showing gratitude towards others and for what you have is something that should be done daily. Teach them by example that those who choose to celebrate different holidays is their way of keeping their culture alive, just like you. Black Friday has actually become a tradition for many families to go out after dinner and dive into the Walmart madness. Stories are created, laughs are shared, and deals are caught. Money is saved. Teach your families that not everything in the internet is accurate. There's always two sides of the story, two sides of an argument, always an agenda, and two sides of a fight. So which side are you on?